My name is KHADISON Duwai. I am a gospel artist, a graduate with law, and the founder of Overtone SL, a company focused on helping others becoming the best versions of themselves. Doing all this at my age has helped me to gain a lot of experience and influence that I want to share with young people all around the world during COVID-19. With Purpose Mondays, I'm gonna share with you my experience of everything that I've learned in my life's journey so far, ranging from music to my more than 5 years of professional experience counseling and mentoring young people. Note this, I don't know everything, but the little that I know, I am willing to share with you.
This program is proudly brought to you by Overtone SL in partnership with Minim Studios, Photofolia, 9 Words Entertainment, Vision Studios, DJ Stepper Jr., and Inspire Vision.
Hello everybody, welcome to the first edition of Purpose Mondays with me, KHADISON Duwai. This is a program wherein I'm going to be sharing my experience of everything that I've learned in my life's journey so far, ranging from my music experience to my experience counseling young people in Sierra Leone. I have grown to believe that as young people, growing up in a country like Sierra Leone, we face a lot of challenges every single day. And most of the time, we tend to not have any person that we can actually share that experience with. That is why I actually created Purpose Mondays, with every other person coming on board to give this vision a life. My question for you today, or my questions for you today actually, are you an individual that a lot of people tell that you're unrealistic? Or are you a person that talk a lot and never tend to achieve it? Or are you a person constantly telling people that your dream is so big, your vision is so big, but nobody ever gets to see how your dream is actually going to unfold? I'm sorry to tell you this, but you have been procrastinating your whole life. And if you're an individual that actually wants to stop procrastinating and start being realistic, then today I'm going to share my experience with you of how I actually stopped procrastinating and how I've been able to get a few accolades that I've been able to get, including working with the First Lady of Sierra Leone. Don't go anywhere, and I'm going to be back. So what is procrastination? I don't want to give you a dictionary definition. My experience with procrastination is constantly saying things to a lot of people that you want to do and not being able to do anything about it. And today I'm actually going to help you to stop procrastinating and go to the next level that you're supposed to be. Number 1, learn to script your thoughts. Scripting your thoughts is going to help you make more sense of your idea. It is going to help others make more sense of your idea, and it's also going to help you to know what part of your life you have to arrange and what you have to do to put yourself in alignment to achieve a certain goal. And scripting your thoughts is going to help you make the idea more realistic. It is going to help others understand the nature of your idea. It is also going to help you to see what you actually have to do as a person to achieve that idea. Number 2, learn to give your ideas timelines. That is time management. If you're scripting your thoughts, let's say you've done a whole a project, a concept note, or how your idea is actually going to look, and as a person you do not give them timelines, you're probably not going to end up achieving them. People who have businesses know this. Individuals who do programs know this. Individuals with ideas, CEOs, successful people know this, that any idea that you want to achieve, be it a project, be it a program, be it a charitable event, and it does not have a timeline, you're probably not going to end up achieving it. Giving yourself timelines is going to help you do a few things. Number one, in terms of time management, when you give your ideas a timeline, it is going to help you pack your schedule and know what things you have to get done to ensure that as a young person, you put yourself in alignment to actually achieve that idea. Number two, why you actually have to frame your ideas into timelines. It is going to help your time management skills in the sense when to start promotion, when to start advertising, when to start doing ticketing, when to actually start doing endorsement. Because most of the time I see young people nowadays on social media, the moment they release an idea, every person is going to start doing endorsements. But if you give yourself a time frame, it is actually going to help you to understand that this time is for promotion, this time is for endorsement, this time is for ticket sales, and this time is for execution. Number three, under framing your ideas into timelines, it is going to help you to see your capabilities and how you're able to bring that idea into life. Let's say that you want to start a business or you want to do a program and you do not give it. You just say that one day I'm going to start a business, one day I'm going to start becoming a vocalist, one day I'm going to become a musician. You're probably not going to end up becoming that musician. Why? Because there's no timeline attached to it. But when you attach a timeline, you're going to know what are the necessary skills that as an individual I have to learn. Who are the necessary people that I have to go close to learn from? What are the possible business ideas that I have to put into my mind to help me to actually achieve that idea. Finally, under giving yourselves time frames, it is going to help you to know the necessary mental energy that you have to develop to actually bring that idea into reality. The third thing I want to tell you today about achieving an idea with regards to stopping procrastinating is to be disciplined. Discipline is one of the major tools that you need as a young person to develop yourself, whatever skill that you need, whatever idea that you want to bring into life, or whatever profession that you need. Individuals that are business owners know this. People who are entrepreneurs know this. Individuals who have ideas and have actually brought it into life know this. Discipline is very important because even if you give yourself a timeline, you script your thoughts, and you do not end up developing the necessary discipline, you're probably not going to achieve that idea. Because what is going to happen is you're going to script the thoughts, you have the timeline, and then you go to sleep. I've had moments in my life wherein I've scripted an idea and I've given myself timelines, but because of I did not develop the necessary discipline that it took for me to stay patriotic to that idea, I ended up not achieving it. Normally in a work setting, or if you're an individual who has gone through a few things in life, one of the things a lot of people are going to tell you that if an idea is for you, that it is going to be easy, that the universe is going to support you, and that people are naturally going to come on board to support you. I'm sorry to say this, but that is not the reality of life. When you start an idea, for example, me starting Overtone 5 years ago as a 19-year-old, a lot of people came on board. Yes, they're going to, when they see the logo, when they see the flyer, they're going to be like, KHADISON, this is a good venture. They're going to seemingly look like they're going to support you. But that's when the reality of life kicks in, when every person starts leaving you. And if you don't develop what I call the willpower to actually help you as a young person to go into and grow into that idea, you're never going to be able to achieve it. And that is the next thing that I want to talk about, flexing the muscle, what I call resilience. Resilience is the ability of any person so far to go through change and still maintain a strong will. People who have businesses know this, CEOs know this, business owners know this, that there are going to be days wherein, in fact, those are going to be most of the time that those 90% of your business life, 90% of your professional life is going to be filled with negatives. What I mean is, you're going to have times in your life where a lot of people are going to be like, I'm sorry, but today I don't just feel like working with you. You're going to have people canceling on you. You're going to have so many people leaving your brand, people who you've even helped to develop into a certain level, people who you've given a certain skill set, hoping that they're going to stay with you. But you have to realize that that is life. That is how life is. People are going to end up leaving you as a person. But what is going to help you to grow and go into the level of understanding that you're meant to grow into is when you develop the necessary resilience. Resilience is what is going to keep you going when nothing else in life can keep you going as a young person. I remember starting Overtone back then when the idea was new. So many people said that, Kadison, we've never seen something like this in the gospel industry. A young person actually venturing out to say that I want to help other people to become their best versions. And one of the things you're going to realize is you have wannabes who are going to come around asking you for prices, asking you what is the aims and objectives of the idea, and you feel so passionate about what you're doing. And then reality kicks in. One day you don't deliver on time for a client and they post on their status that you're the worst person that they've ever dealt with. One day a person you've trained for years leaves your brand. One day you eat your business capital. well, it is gonna happen. It is gonna happen. That is part of the process. But what you have to realize is you have to heal yourself as a person and give yourself more chances, and know that as much as things may not always work out, one day you're going to become that person you've dreamed of becoming. But you have to be consistent. You have to develop your mental muscle that I'm going to do this as much as I need to until I get to that level that I want to operate in. So flexing your muscle is going to help you become your best version. But first of all, you have to know this when you make a mistake. That number one, forgive yourself. Why? Because you're in your process. If you knew everything, then you would be God. But you're not God. You're just a human being who is growing into being the best version of yourself every single day. Number two, learn that this is another way, that this idea is not going to work. Now you've done something, you've tried a new idea and it did not work. Okay? Okay, learn that this is another way, that idea is not going to work. You've tried something, you've put yourself out there, but it did not work. Forgive yourself and move on from that situation. Number three, take a short mental break. You actually need that. Sometimes where you're going to face situations where you get mental blocks. You don't want to edit the graphics. You don't want to edit the pictures. Those who are photographers, they know this. You don't want to create a concept. You don't want to sing. When you hear music, it is going to put you off. Yes, you're going to be faced with that situation. But you have to learn that it's part of the process into becoming who God has made you to be. Number four, realize that this is life. Life is filled with ups and downs, and that is never going to stop. Number five, you have to realize that your mistake that you've recently made, internalize it and move on and learn from that experience. Number six, dreams do not come by play. They come with hard and smart work and consistency and determination, and knowing that one day you're actually going to achieve that idea. And if you're a person that has been resilient, I'm going to give you the next point, which I feel is going to be one of the most important points that I've given you today. That is trusting in God. Why? You were created by a creator who saw you as an individual even before your parents saw you. Don't you think that he has better plans for you as a person? Don't you think that all the giftings that he placed in you, you were actually made to birth these ideas and become the person that God dreamt that you were going to be? Realize that God knows better. He created you and made you into a person that you are right now. He's seen you before everybody else on the earth has seen you. I've seen most of the time idealists, people who own businesses or who are starting up with visions or foundations, get depressed and they get to be at a point in their life they feel that they're not being productive, and they get into that mood wherein they don't want to see any person, they don't want to talk to any person. And one of the things we forget is there's a person out there who sees and understands everything. He's omnipotent, he's omnipresent, and he knows everything. And that is God. For the Bible says, trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding, and God is going to make your path straight. Remember, I did tell you that life is filled with ups and downs, and business is filled with ups and downs. That is why one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be interviewing in some of the episodes business owners, people who have an experience in doing a realistic business, for you to see what they go through so that you can be motivated of your life's process. Learn to trust God. He's going to help you become the best person that you're meant to be. That is why he said in the Bible that those who trust in the Lord shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Their roots shall go into the stream. Imagine that one of the most successful people in the Bible that the Bible actually referred to, who was Job. He was the richest man by then. God actually brought ups and downs just to teach him a lesson. Whatever it is that you're going through as a young person, you have to realize that it is a test that God has brought into your life to take you into the next level. When actually Job brought through that process, wherein God took him to a grassroots level, he was actually being able to grow into the level that God wanted him to grow. And he was developed 7 times. As I've said, trust in God. You have to realize when you trust in God and you go through the process that you're supposed to, that is the negative situation, the current problem that you're facing, trust in God through your storm. Number 6, avoid distractions, whether it's friends, colleagues, workmates, church members, group members, or even sleep. Some of us, we sleep more than every person. You cannot say that you're starting a new idea or you want to be the best artist around, you want to be the best photographer around, you want to be the best videographer around, you want to be the best whatnot, whatever it is, you want to be the best lawyer, the best doctor, and you like sleep past all man. How long then only wake you in the morning for gap if you not develop that necessary discipline where you need for actually go into this point wherein you gonna say my life not like everybody else. My life is not like everybody else. I cannot be chilling like everybody else and want to be the best artist. I cannot be chilling like everybody else and I want to be the best photographer. You get to put yourself under this condition, say, even though I have every person in my life doing a certain thing, but because of this idea and because of what I've seen in my mind 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'm actually willing for able beer and for suffer and for not buy that best clothes one I need right now and for not buy that best shoes one I need right now, just so that if you want to become a makeup artist, just so that you go save, forget that you makeup kit, because that's the reality. Whatever the idea is, if you're not able to sacrifice, if you're not able to actually put yourself indoors so that you can serve your idea, if you're not able to serve your desires and serve your idea, you're never going to achieve it. Learn that avoiding distractions also lead to seclusion, but that is where the beauty comes in, because there's a part of the Bible which says in the still of the night where man they sleep, it's another time God they whisper what you supposed to know into your ears. When you're actually alone, that is when the ideas come. You don't ever realize, say, all the people you know in your life, when are photographers, when are videographers, when are lawyers, when are doctors, when are this and that, they stay up late on it. Why? Apart from editing, apart from being graphics designers, apart from spending time on their art, that is when they actually receive great and mighty ideas. And if you're not posting now, you won't forget good idea, but you know you sleep as Solomon, you last the week and you lose. How you expect that idea they will come to you? Sleepless, avoid the distractions, and actually feed your idea what you want to achieve now this world. Number 7, which I feel say very important, now for stop comparison. Comparison is going to make you bitter, resentful, and it's going to steal your joy. It is going to constantly put you in a position to have negative envy. Admiring what another person have is good. It is going to motivate you. But when you're constantly comparing yourself with others, you're gonna feel unproductive. It'll make you be in a state of not appreciating your little successes, which are very good to put you in a good state. Comparison is what a lot of people say that it's the thief of all joy. It is gonna constantly put you in a state wherein you're not happy about your process, you're not happy about the little things in your life that you're supposed to be happy about. You're not gonna be happy about your family members being around. How many people and they went up orphans, they don't have moms, they don't get daddy, they don't get person we go then go gap with in the morning and say, hey, I love you, but you actually get that person there. Stop for compare. I hear one funny joke one day when a person talks, say, he said they are ladies. He said stop for compare yourself with other ladies. He said because their hair, their lashes, their toenails is fake just like yours. He said so please not actually worry. He said because the people that they actually strive for become, then possibly go they admire you. So stop for compare and start for appreciate everything that you've made to achieve in life. Finally for today, this is going to be the best point what I don't give you so far, and that is believing in yourself. The path that we're on is so freaking hard. You get 90% of days where you need for go alone than days where we see a lot of people get for support you. Trust me, when we get for the people on, as a guest on this show, when I get for the ask how they start, you will get to realize, see, when they started, most of their family members not in support of them, most of their relatives not be in support of them, most of their friends not be in support of them. But at the end of the day, because of their consistency, because of them believe in the thing where they seen at the end. And one of the things you have to realize is, if you say people do not believe in your vision, people do not believe in who you are, people do not believe in that you're going to become that person, it's true. God showed you and not them. And until you realize that, you're never going to achieve anything substantial, and you're definitely not going to stop procrastinating. Note this, even the Bible says that he that is in me is greater than he that is in the world, because the person right inside you is the individual that dreams, is the person that has that willpower. Now the person who gets the strength where you need for do so many things. When everybody left you, when you feel like, say, all man of your life, they talk, say you're unproductive, that is when you have to grow closer to yourself. Because I don't want to say, when everybody left you and you're there alone for a few days, yes, you will get depressed. Yes, life may not make sense to you. But when you get realistic with yourself and tell yourself the true way you know say you need for learn at that time, you're actually going to birth an idea that a lot of people only dream to have. Finally, my friends, success not becomes simple. Stopping to procrastinate is not something that is simple. It is very, very hard. The only thing we're going to help you for become the best version is if you're consistent. But know this, if nobody in your life not ever tell you say they believe in you, I believe in you. I not sabi you, I not sabi your name, but I know this. If God says that he believes in you, who is man? Even you not the critics. You hardly criticize celebrities. You always say, they look so perfect, they look so this. How about you actually start for talk to yourself now the mirror and motivate yourself that I am great and I am going to be beautiful, I am going to be successful, I am going to be powerful. These are things you need to be telling yourself every single day. And trust me, if you follow these steps that I've given you, eventually you're going to stop procrastinating and you're going to birth an idea that nobody ever thought that you're going to birth. So I want to say thank you so much for joining this episode today. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and know that the only way that you as a person can stop procrastinating is if you follow these steps. And of course, if you get steps that ABC are not mentioned, if you have steps that I've not mentioned as an individual, write them below. And one of the things that resonated the most with you, write it below. And you never know who you're going to bless. You never know who is going to be inspired by this idea. And also write below the topic that you would want me to share my experience. If Asabi Bota, I will talk Bota. But if I don't know, I'm definitely going to bring a person who is well experienced with this idea. Thank you so much. And hopefully for the next episode, I'm going to start singing. Thank you so much for watching this.